In this video, we're going to see how we go about configuring a standard IP access list to allow a host from one network to have access through an interface into another network. And again, we're going to be using the context-sensitive help, and we have to ensure that we're in the global configuration mode, and by the looks of our prompt, I say that was a given. So we're going to go ahead and type in access space list space question mark. That brings up all the access lists and their numbers that I currently have available to me on this particular router. And since we're working with standard access list and IP, we're going to go ahead and choose a number between 1 and 99. In this case, I'm going to use the number 10. Give it a space and a question mark. That brings up my next two options, which are either deny or permit. Now, since we're allowing the individual to have access from one network into another network through an interface, we have to permit. Okay, so I type in permit space question mark. Now it wants the IP address of the host that I'm going to permit to have access to this particular network. So I'm going to type in 192.168.30.1 space question mark. Now it wants the wildcard bit. The wildcard is going to screen all IP addresses coming in one octet at a time to ensure that it catches the IP address that it's supposed to be filtering against this access list. In this case, it's going to look at each one of these octets, and if it finds 192.168.30.1, it's going to allow that particular host IP through and deny everybody else. So I'm going to type in 0.0.0.0 space and a question mark. And we see that the last command that I can put in here is a log command. The log command allows this access list to send me a console message anytime 192.168.30.1 actually does access the interface that the access list is applied to. So I'll type in log. Now you wouldn't want to do this for a busy network, but on a classroom or a home network, it's fine. And I see that I'm out of commands at this point since I got the carriage return, so I'm going to go ahead and hit enter. And now what we want to do is go into the interface that we're going to apply this access to and make that happen. So I'm going to type in INT, and we're going to use the Ethernet 0 as our interface. E space 0, hit enter. Now you'll notice I'm inside the config interface mode. From here I just type in IP space access group. It's the group command that actually applies this access list to the interface. Give it a space. Now I have to tell it which access list I want to apply to this particular interface. In this case it's 10. Give it a space. And now I'm allowing the host IP 192.168.30.1 to go out this interface and have access to the network that is configured for this particular interface. That's what I'm doing. So I'm going to type in out space, and that's it. Hit enter. And that's all there is to configuring a standard IP access list to an interface on your particular router.